Mute it for a second.
Good evening and welcome to Savage Universe. I assume most of you were on watching the final hour of the Night Train Kickstarter. Thanks to everyone who backed that. I mean, over 2,000 backers, broke 144,000 in the last milliseconds of the campaign, which is awesome. But tonight, I have the distinct pleasure of hosting the Knights of the Smith dinner table again. We have GM James, Mike, and Danny here. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Hello.
We got a lot to talk about. So you guys just wrapped up your Savage Pathfinder Reign of Winter campaign. You did the Night Train. Oh, no, you're still working on that one.
Yep, that one's
that one's still streaming live.
Right.
live every
But you have another one coming up, and you just did the Night Train Halloween one-shot. So let's start with Night Train. Heard everyone got run over.
We got goffed. We got goffed real hard. I regret ever putting that idea out into the Savage universe to get the soundbite because I heard it a lot. It haunted my dreams.
For those of you who did not watch and did not know, I got to interview John Goff, and in the middle of our interview, John gave James a soundbite. Do you have the soundbite handy, James?
I do not, because I am not at my normal desktop.
Okay. But it was him proudly declaring, "You just got goffed."
If you tune into the replay of Night Train, you will hear it and hear
A
it
lot.
and hear it, and then I cry.
So, what were your guys' experiences with playing through this historic and dread adventure?
So, on my end, in 25 years of running that at least once every other year, I've only ever had one group make it, complete the whole adventure. That was not like last night at all. It was a ton of fun. We had Candace the Magnificent. Can you cut your mic a second?
Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
They're in the same room because
Yeah.
GM James traveled down for a convention this weekend in Dayton, Ohio. So if you're around the Dayton area, check out a Catacon. The Knights will be there running a game. Savage Worlds, of course.
Yes, always Savage Worlds anymore. No, but we had Candace the Magnificent. She was amazing up until her internet crapped out.
No.
Yeah,
Yep.
it made me sad because I had been looking forward to running a game with her for a long time. So when we lost her, it actually may have started an emotion in my heart somewhere, which I haven't had one of those in a very long time of running Deadlands. We also had Zach Kreitler from the Dimension Door podcast, and he was amazing. His costume was great. Alan Blount, he was part of it, and his dulcet tones were just a great addition. And then Eric from Norse Foundry as well. He was the last man standing on Tuesday night.
Awesome.
Actually, he was sitting at the end.
Yeah, he sat down. He's like, you know what, this is going to happen. I'm just going to sit down and take my licks.
So Mike and Danny, as players, what were your experiences with it?
I didn't get to play in Night Train because I had a baby and we went trick or treating.
Yeah. Yeah, sadly, we did not have the good doctor with us. We had from our normal crew, there was me, Cece, and Wyatt, who are not Wyatt. I can't. Alec. Woo. I couldn't remember Wyatt's.
It's all right.
a
I've
part
got
of
mush
this
brain
game.
too.
Yeah, but Cece and Alec and myself are from the Normal Knights crew, and it was a lot of fun until I died. But even then, if you they don't call it live lands, so if you go in
Fair.
expecting to survive, you're not really doing it right.
I will see if I can't get James a copy of the toe tags PDF so that he can fill them out and send them out to everybody.
I love that idea. And
Yeah.
also, starting with Gary Con, Mike and I will probably be taking turns running Night Train, For Whom the Bell Tolls, and The Bank Job. All three adventures that are being released, we're going to start running them at conventions.
Oh, that's awesome. Civil Savage, first of all, hey Civil Savage, good to see you. What rank characters did you guys run?
We were seasoned 1, basically.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And Cripwright had a good question. Did you actually work it into sentences like you just got your head chopped off?
You know, that would have been puntastic, and I'm a little bit mad that we didn't do that. I actually posted that in chat that I was mad about it. No, we just James liberally pressed the sound bite every chance he could.
All right. Well,
That Elgato Stream Deck is amazing.
yeah. You should send me the link for it because I've been looking at getting a different one, and if this is one that you would recommend, that might be the one that I pick up.
Absolutely.
All right. So speaking of sound bites, I got a preview of some of the sounds that you were going to use in your Savage Pathfinder game. So let's jump over and talk about the Savage Pathfinder game. First of all, where are you at in the adventure path? How is it going? What is everyone playing?
So-
Give me all the deets.
Right now, the group has it consists of CC from our normal cast, Connor, who's quickly becoming a normal cast member, Philip from Savage Tales of Eberron, and I can't remember who the last person was.
It's not me.
Yeah, it's not you. I'm sorry, everyone. I drove literally 4.5 hours to get here in time. But they just rescued Lady Argentia from the bandits, and they're getting ready to head back out. When they headed back out, they had run into the first encounter after the High Sentinel's Lodge, and feeling the love, James, from a Facebook user. I'm not sure which one because it just says Facebook user. But
that would be your mystery.
that's probably the one that I can't remember right
That's
now.
right.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
So in the last encounter from the last stream, which was almost 2 weeks ago, it'll be 2 weeks ago come this Monday. Oh, yeah, Dave. That's who I was forgetting. Dave from Atomic Ninja Studios.
Hey, Dave.
Wow.
Speaking of Atomic Ninja Studios, I just did a review on my channel of Dead End. I love their Dead End setting. It is amazing.
Funny you mentioned that because when we hit the end of season 1 for Colony of the Damned, I'm running the first Dead End arc. So we'll be
Awesome.
looking for casting. So if you want to play,
Shoot, let me know when it goes live. Like when you're going to, I would be very tempted to do that. My next game that I'm hopefully going to hit recovery enough to do is John Doom is going to be running Rise of the Rune Lords, and hopefully I'm going to be getting to play my Dampier fighter in that one.
That'll
be
a fun one.
So the last thing that happened, and there's a soundbite, or not a soundbite, there's a clip on both our YouTube and our Twitch channel of when Cece's goblin, known as Bumble, who has a pet, let me rephrase that, had a pet
this was amazing.
named Scald. Now, I'm not going to ruin it for you guys. Head over to our Twitch channel, look in the the clips or head over to our YouTube channel, look in the clips, or even our TikTok. I put it up on TikTok as well, where
Can
I
you,
describe the last moments of Bumble.
put a link in the private chat, and I'll put it in the main chat for everybody.
Absolutely. I will hop over and do that.
No, Dave, I think being far too kind is not something that I've ever been accused of. I was just the right amount of kind for how much Dead End impressed me, and I hope that came across. I was like, the setting rules, I love that genre, and so everything about that book spoke to me. Like, well done. All right, when that chat goes up, we'll send that. So if you were following along at home and were a Pathfinder 1 fan, what book are you guys in at this point?
We are still in book 1, halfway,
Okay.
almost halfway through it. We
Awesome.
just finished chapter 1, and they are heading into chapter 2 as we speak.
Very cool.
So that one's every other Monday live
Mhm.
on Twitch. And then, yeah, we're doing a lot these days.
You are.
I forget sometimes.
Yeah, I need to, James, we need to touch base and make sure I've got everything on the calendar, on the Savage Universe calendar.
Absolutely.
Because Colony of the Damned, we
Mhm.
do Wednesdays,
Yep.
every other Wednesday. And then the newest show is going to be coming out every other Tuesday starting in December. And that is A Rift to the Past with Savage Riffs.
Well, that was a great segue. Let's jump in and talk about that. Talk about A Rift to the Past.
Well, we've just gotten one setting in under our belts, and we're going to get a backlog before we launch in December. But we're taking something very near and dear to all of us old grognards' hearts and putting it into Savage Riffs. We're not going to give anything away because somebody somewhere is going to figure it out, and I want them to feel like they've solved the puzzle.
They've earned it.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes.
But
I threw that link in the chat too.
Yep, I see it.
That game had started off with a bang, literally, as the first shot was my glitter boy launching the big gun with party members right next to him.
All right, so you're playing a glitter boy. Who else is in the
I am.
cast? What are they playing?
All right, Dr. Danny.
My turn.
Yes.
I actually brought over a witch that I was playing. Was that Hell on Earth setting? Yeah, from Deadlands Hell on Earth. I redid her so that she could be here. Her name's Poppy.
Oh, that's awesome.
The things we were fighting were demons, and I had banished, so I was like, bye.
Tinker, I appreciate the commentary, but don't give James any sort of
Yeah, he
credit
doesn't
like
need that help.
No.
So Tink plays in my game, and she has produced these buttons for me that say JM killed my character, and all I got was this button, because she feels like people should at least get something for playing in my game.
Wait, you actually get buttons? I just get to make a new character.
You get to make a new character, you get a death salute, and you get a button now. So
James,
You got to step it up, James.
yeah, sorry, but my glitter boy goes by the name of Domino, and can't settle on his accent because
It's so
he doesn't
bad.
quite know what it is. It's going to go anywhere from high British to Australian, something around there, and it's never the same anytime he talks because it's an affectation. We'll get more into that as the story progresses, but yeah, he's obsessed with old music and misquoting
nice.
from the olden days.
As for the other two characters, those are played by Cece and Connor, who weren't able to make it tonight. Cece's playing a werepanther,
Oh, awesome.
and Connor is playing a good boy. He's a very
He's
good boy.
The bestest boy.
He's the bestest boy.
He's a dog boy cyber knight.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I have played so much Rifts, and I have like 30 some world books of information that just resided in my head unused until Savage Rifts came out. Yeah, That's like Were Panthers are great. I love the Witch. Glitter Boys are always great.
I
Chris Wright
jumped on
said
it.
you can fold character sheets into swans and float them on the sticks.
No.
As great of an idea as that is, I have 4.5 years in the Army and 20 years in fire and EMS worth of arthritis in these hands.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
I'm just lazy. Also,
right.
my characters are all digital right now, so folding my screen would be
Yeah,
sad.
suboptimal.
Yeah, I mean, unless you get one of those nice new organic LED, the OLED displays that have a little bit of flex to them, I still don't think you could actually make a swan out of them. You could, but it would not be useful for anything after that.
No, it definitely wouldn't. But no, we've got the first episode has been recorded. And I thought it went great. We're starting it out with an adventure that everybody will recognize, and that was Trouble in Garnet Town.
Okay.
So we're starting with that just to get, because I've got CC and Danny, neither of whom are very familiar with Rifts. So that just kind of helps bring them in. And then for viewers who are also unavailable or unknowledgeable about Rifts, it helps bring them in and doesn't suddenly throw the really gonker stuff at them.
Well, that was actually my next question was for, this one will be for you, Danny. Having being new to Rifts, what is your thought on sort of the Rift setting and the Savage world? I know because, right, you have in your Colony of the Damned, you've got Savage Worlds, and then in Savage Pathfinder, you have, right, the class edges on top of that, which adds a layer of complexity. And now you're doing Savage Rifts with its kind of iconic frameworks that there's a lot going on there. So what's your experience? What are your thoughts?
I'm actually really excited because it lets my witch character do a lot more than I could do with her in Hell on Earth. So it was like that banish thing was like, I was looking through my spells that first game and I was like, hey, I can do that like now at this level already. Like, okay, that demon's just gone. Like banish, like fuck out of here.
That's right. Yeah, they are. So, all right. So about the world, right? You're able to, like, one of the great things about Rifts is, hey, I've got this great character from another setting.
Yeah, I'm going to bring her in. So yeah, it's just, I'm excited to see where she can go, where I can take her with it. Although she does have the Death Wish hindrance. So I don't expect her to last for very long. We're definitely hoping for a good Blaze of Glory moment for her.
Awesome. Mike, what are you looking forward to about playing Glitter Boy or just playing in Rifts? I know you don't want to give too much away about the campaign, so like let's go Rifts wise. What are you most excited about encountering in Rifts?
I'm just looking forward to being absolutely ridiculous with my character on this one. If you've seen some of our other ones, I'm kind of typically playing like a little bit of comedic relief, but more of a straight shooter, like Chuck in Tales from the Deadlands, very narrow focused on that one. Mongo within Colony of the Damned, just straight soldier, whereas Domino feels like he's the lost member of Kiss, to the point where he's got the star on his eye, frosted tip mullet. It's nice. It's pretty amazing. So I'm looking just to be as absolutely ridiculous as possible with this character and be in a big shiny mech suit.
Yeah, there's something about the Glitter Boy that is just iconic.
Yep. That's the moment we said we were playing Rifts. I think within the first 5 minutes, I was like, I'm the Glitter Boy.
I had a friend of mine who was like, wait, you like Rifts too? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I've got a bunch of the old Rifts miniatures.
Oh,
I'm not doing anything with them. So they're sitting on my painting shelf over there. And I've got like a Samus, like some of like the really classic, like pewter figurines from, the late 80s, early 90s when Palladium was putting those out. I also have my Rifts Pawn set that gets more use, but what about you, James? What are you looking forward to most about running a Rifts game?
Not having to hold back.
I
Hold
mean,
up.
that's mechanically
Wait,
and
you've
like
been
any
holding
crazy
back?
gonzo thing that pops into your head, right?
Yes,
Like,
yes,
place for that info.
both. I know a lot of times my players think that I'm like super over the top. Let's get rid of the players, and I'm really not. I really am rooting for them. It may not seem like it, but with the way that Rifts plays, I don't have to hold back because of the Blaze of Glory setting rule
Mhm.
and a couple of the other things where it is surprisingly hard to kill a Rifts character. That being said, when I want to throw something so crazy insane at them, I can get away with it, and I might lose one character.
Yeah. Well, and as you were saying, Danny, the power level on the characters is
It's nuts. I'm like, I don't remember how far we got in Hell on Earth, but it was like, man, I just feel like I'm doing the same thing. Like, let's just chuck a skull bomb at these things. I'm like, but now it's like, I'm like, have all these options. It's so cool. Also, that like made it really hard to figure out what the hell I wanted to do at first, and I was like, you know what, I missed this character, so I'm going to bring her back because didn't really get to get as far as I would have liked with her.
that's awesome.
I think life happened and scheduling conflicts and everything had to table that game.
When we went from
2020 happened to that game,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and no Deadlands Classics rule set that is viable on Foundry yet.
yeah,
That's okay, because Savage Worlds has a very vibrant Foundry
Yeah.
program.
and actually, just Mike is the master of segues because I'll just toss this out. We've just been wrapping up. We wrapped up our Roll20 look at First Bites. So on the PEG YouTube channel, we've been releasing these little like how to use PEG products on Roll20. We're starting the Foundry ones next week. So it's true. There's just a ton of. I mean, I'm biased because I'm the one who's doing the Foundry side of things, but
Oh, I've tried Roll20, I've tried Fantasy Grounds, I've tried D20 Pro, and well, yeah, it does have a slightly steeper learning curve. That's just the stuff you can do with Foundry is
Mhm.
absolutely amazing.
the stuff you're doing with Foundry is absolutely amazing. Those maps that
Yeah, nobody who watched last night got to see that map that I made of the train itself. Which
I mean, it was in the promo.
it was in the
it
promo.
was in the promo, yes. And that made me sad that I didn't actually get players on it because I was really looking forward to having them riding their horses or a wagon and chasing that train down and then seeing the hot mess of
That's
hell.
that's
that's
inside
inside.
it.
You know what you could have done is not killed us all.
To be fair, y'all did it to yourself.
That's right. James didn't kill characters. John Goff killed characters.
Yeah. I've said it on streams. I've said it before. I hate John Goff as much as I love him, just because I don't think I've had a character make it through anything he's written intact. I won't say they've all died, but not all of them had fulfilling lives afterwards.
The PTSD alone.
Right.
They're definitely experiencing that with the Colony of the Damned first adventure because we are running the Demon which John helped write. So
Yeah.
Oh,
That
I didn't know
explains so much.
that I didn't know he helped write that. That is a big revelation for me.
Yeah.
So, fuck.
If you
it
were
explains
watching
a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. If you were watching the previous stream, they announced that John's got another thing that he's working on, and I can't wait. Also, a big shout out to Cripright, who was helped make the Foundry modules for my brain just died. Savage Worlds. Wow. What are we talking about again? What's the show? Where am I?
I don't even know. I think we're Parcheesi.
That's right. Hey, Savage Goose just finished up his ETU game and jumped here on the screen. Savage Goose, if you're not following Savage Goose on YouTube, follow him. He's doing a ton of great videos. I'm actually going to have him on the Savage Universe stream in the next couple of weeks. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, ETU is my next game for the Knightsmith games, and this is in the future. I'm calling
No
it.
set release date yet.
Yeah, no, I haven't even really started writing it. It's all up in my head at the moment, but I'm calling it Sundered Settings, a Savage Worlds tour, and I am
Okay.
starting it in ETU, and it is going to jump settings every rank.
That's fantastic.
So
When
it is going to be a lot of work for me.
But what you're saying is that there will be more Knights of the Smith dinner table focused Savage Universe streams in the future.
Right,
Absolutely.
because
Yeah.
we love you guys. Like, and
Oh,
this is, you know, a little bit of glad handing, but as far as companies go, Pinnacle has been the best to work with, the most open to collaboration, the most open to sitting down and doing things like this, just
yeah.
talking to us and getting our name out there. We wouldn't have had as many people watch our live stream of Night Train, which is putting up, all told, we're looking at right now over about 200 people total between all platforms that have watched Night Train. And that is huge for us because we don't have production value. We don't have, you know,
It's getting
people.
better.
It is
Yeah,
getting
I was
better.
like, wait, don't sell
We don't
yourself
have
short.
production value yet.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sitting here in a flannel robe and a cat t-shirt. We don't have production value. Yeah, we're just a bunch of fans who decided to do this for fun, and you guys make us feel like we are up there with Critical Role and all those.
Oh man,
And I love you guys.
here's the thing. I'm a big fan of all things Savage Worlds. So being able to be the community liaison is an amazing job for me. I get to basically hang out every week. I write an article about something fun in the Savage Worlds universe, and I get to hang out with people who love Savage Worlds. This job is amazing. But I also like to point out I'm a writer and a designer as well. And so to have a company who is willing to say, hey, we're going to set aside funds and time on our channel to signal boost anybody who's doing stuff with our product is so rare.
Sorry, I just read the chat.
And like the networking opportunities, like as a channel, we've gotten to play with Tim, who wrote Holler, and do an
That was such a
absolutely
fun.
ridiculous
That was an amazing live stream we did.
Yeah.
disco themed Holler mansion. I can't even remember what we called it because we adapted something a friend of ours from another con made to Savage Worlds for the Holler game. We've gotten to play with Alb, who wrote Big Apple Sewer Samurai. I wrote that one shot, and we
Alb is
ran
such a
through
great
that.
guy.
Oh
He
yeah,
really is. He really is.
yeah. I took that one was the basically the plot of the Warriors done in Big Apple Sewer Samurai. Yep.
Come out and play. Love.
I'm really sad I didn't get to play in that one now because I
And,
love that dumb movie.
I do too.
The
Just
collaboration
don't read the book.
also that we did between Paizo, ourselves, and Savage Worlds for We Be Goblins.
Yep.
I worked really close with Aaron from Paizo on getting all the artwork and everything that I had set up approved. And then Michael Barbeau stepping in and playing with us was an absolute blast. And we had James from Dimension Door podcast, who, thanks to the show host previous to you, we got in touch with the Dimension Door podcast because Mike and I are big fans of their work and was sad to see it go. But we've become pretty good friends with them. And it has been just absolutely amazing on how in just the past 2 to 3 years we've really branched out and
I'm sorry,
made
Crip,
contact with some of these other folks.
I can't put any more of your comments up here because this one's just stuck on the screen forever now. How do I save this comment? And
We'll just clip this scene.
that's right. We'll just clip the scene. You're gonna make me a shirt with it? I would love that. So I got to meet Crip Wright in Madison at Gamehole Con, which if you guys next
We'll be
year,
there next year.
hopefully we'll be there next year, and we'll just plan on doing like a big event. But I got a T-shirt from Cryptrite that says Savage World's Friends with Bennies. It's just
That needs to be marketed. I
need
want
that
a
shirt.
shirt.
I know, right?
I need that shirt.
I want one.
Like that needs to be a licensed
Nick will probably take one.
product. Yeah,
I agree,
that's-
Tink. I agree.
Absolutely, Tink.
Like we've got that line. We've got you just got goffed. Like
You just got goffed.
We're
Thanks, John Doe.
we're bringing a whole bunch.
I don't
No,
remember what we were talking about. We were
Oh, the different branching out that we've been able to do.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
and
been
hopefully
phenomenal.
We announced we just announced on the previous stream the Savage the Savage Cinema lines.
Yes.
And hopefully that's another partnership that we're going to be able to do to have you guys be running some of these when they come out so that people can see what's in them. I've written a couple. I'm very excited about those. Yeah, we should talk, James.
We should talk.
We'll talk after the show. Well, guys, I know, Mike, you have a game you're getting to.
Yes.
You guys have a convention weekend, and I know how coming up, so I know how those goes. Let's any final thoughts? We can wrap this up. We'll do a shorter one tonight.
Just thank you folks out there for everything. I just looked at our numbers for our show Tales from the Deadlands, which happy news. My wife and I found a house. We're in contract for it.
Awesome.
So we will be once again recording Tales from the Deadlands. And so look for it early next year to start coming out because I want to get a backlog of episodes done. And I am super excited to bring that back. But 3 days ago, we haven't recorded for almost a year. And 3 days ago, we broke 5,000 downloads of that show.
Awesome. Congrats.
That one's the fun one.
That one just, it blows my mind that even a year later, people are still downloading it and getting into it. And just, my wife is going to say that Danny's husband is buying a bunch of extra computers to download it because she still cannot wrap her head around the fact that she is one of the favorite characters out there because she does play Daisy.
I may be a doctor, but I don't make enough money for him to buy that many computers.
True story. So yeah, just we want to thank everybody for always supporting us, those of you out there. And if you guys do want to support us more, we do have a Patreon. That is how we fund a lot of our stuff right now. That and working for Arc and Forge.
Put a link in the private chat. We'll
absolutely.
I'll share it out around.
But yeah, between that and between the work that we do with Arc and Forge, because we are the primary licensee for selling it here in the US, we make enough to keep our shows going, and we are more than happy to do that. We just have an absolute blast. But we are looking forward to the time when we can pull a GCP and show up with a booth and just hang out and play games all weekend and not have to actually work the cons.
Well, I will say, Madison may be the place to do that. Like Gamehole Con was awesome, but hopefully, I'm hoping to be there next year. I know a bunch of the PEG staff are hoping to go back. We'll get a hangout night. We'll play in each other's games. It'll be a great time.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a blast.
I agree, Crypt, right? It was a good con with great energy.
And that's hard to find anymore.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we got to go with Clint and Jody to Dragon Con, but I don't think we're going to be returning to it just because the prices for Dragon Con are...
Yeah.
I know that Gen Con's prices are high, and Dragon Con was just so much more expensive for us, even though we didn't have to pay for the booth thanks to Clint and Jody. It was an expensive weekend for us to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we are definitely hitting all the tabletop only conventions that we can. Hoping to add Origins and Gamehole Con in this next year.
Let's make it happen. Let's find a way to do that because I think it would be awesome to get you guys running games there, do a panel, and of course then, beer and pizza hangouts because
Well, yeah.
why
I mean,
not?
that's really what I do it for. I'm just a volunteer.
That's right. Yeah. Maybe we'll get John Doom and Cripwright to join a True Dungeon run, and we'll get everybody, and we'll just buy out the True Dungeon run and do like a 10-person run through the pirate. I did the pirate one. I don't know if you guys have done these. I did a pirate.
No.
one.
We're usually way too busy at the cons.
Oh my gosh! So the first puzzle was this giant captain's table. It was all pirate themed, and they had this nautical map and an island and a ship and all of these like LED mines. And everybody had a rope at one corner of the table, and we had to pull and navigate the ship to plot the course to get to the island and avoid these mines that were magnetic and would like attach to the ship, and we would take damage every time a mine hit the ship. And that was the start. That was room 1.
That's
it was
amazing.
a
I
ton
love
of
it.
fun. Yeah.
That sounds like it'd be a blast.
Yeah. All right. Well, always good to hang out and talk with you. I luck out. I get to talk with James, basically on a weekly basis. So
Sometimes
Glad-
daily.
yeah, glad.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all. Are you kidding? Again, I love talking with people who are excited about Savage Worlds. So it's just icing on top of the cake for me. We'll be back next week with somebody. I'm going to pull a James and forget who I'm talking about.
It has been one of those years this week.
It really has been one of those years this week. Hold on, I'm pulling up my camera. Oh, I've got Carl from Tabletop Tango. Carl was working on an adaptation of the original Dragonlance modules
Ooh.
for Savage Worlds to run at a con. I'm like, well, let's
I
have
need
you
to-
on. Yeah,
I need to message Carl again.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
We're
mean,
gonna
we've
talk
been on
about-
his show too, so
Oh man, going on Tabletop Tango is always a blast. Just
Mhm.
always a blast. But yeah, I want to talk with him not only about that because I love the original Dragonlance, stories, but also, hey, as a
And
GM, how do you adapt something to?
I've
Savage
actually got a
Worlds?
fun Dragonlance story.
Well, let's end it with that. Go ahead and share.
So back in the late 90s in Dayton, where we're all from, there used to be a convention at the local college at Wright State. Thank you. I about said Wright Pat. Wright Pat is the Air Force Base. And I sat down as a older teenager at a table for a Dragonlance game, and I had my Kinder with me. I was playing a Kinder, as was 5
You
other people.
bastard. No, just. Oh no.
The 7th person, because this was an 8-player game, was playing the only Knight of Solamnia. And then Margaret Weiss walks up, sits down at the table with us, and plays through a Dragonlance adventure playing Tasselhoff. And it was by far one of the most amazing games I have ever
That
been
is
in.
fantastic.
And while we were at Gen Con this year, I saw that there was no line, so I went up to get a book signed by Margaret, and I mentioned that I got to play in that game with her, and she remembered just about everything about that game.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it was one of those games that stuck in her mind too, and that was amazing. And I've got that amazing memory of playing with one of the creators, and
Yeah.
it was a
That's
great
fantastic.
day.
I at that Gen Con, I was right around the corner from her booth at doing Space 1889 stuff, and my son had just finished the Dragonlance Chronicles, and so I bought him the time, the Legends, so the Twins trilogy.
I still
and
have both of those.
He
Both
got
the
to.
omnibuses.
Yeah, he got to like meet her, and she signed his books, and she asked it like she talked to him like he, this 10-year-old, like he was the only person at the con. It was
Marge
just
is an
amazing.
absolute sweetheart.
Yeah,
Yeah, she is one of just the best people
She
I've
really is.
gotten the privilege to thank for putting her words out there.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for joining us, and next time, Landauer and I had a blast doing the pre-Night Train hype. So let us know if we could ever do that again for you guys.
Oh,
Because that was
absolutely.
just-
I had
mean-
fun in chat with that one.
yeah,
Every hit me with your one shot.
yeah. You just let me know. Landauer and I we'll jump on stream and kibitz at the drop of a hat, literally anyone's hat. Just toss the hat into the chat and we'll jump on and talk about Savage Worlds. So, all right. we're going to wrap this one up. Until next time, go out and play some Savage Worlds.
Yeah.
Join the Savage Universe. Head over to savageuniverse.com. Check out all the articles, the updates, and the calendar. And until next time, may all your dice ace. Have a good one, everyone.
Keep it
Bye,
coming, folks.
everybody.
Bye.